Good afternoon, I'm Yuntian. In the next few minutes, I will turn big picture economics into concrete moves for our airline. What the micro gauges say, what Singapore's 2025 tax rebate means, how tariffs spill into our network, and how tiny behavioral tweaks lift revenue. We will cover micro gauges, the rebate through AD and AS, tariffs through supply and demand, and two behavioral plays we can deploy fast. Three cockpit gauges for us: GDP for growth, inflation for price pressures, unemployment for labor tightness, and household confidence. GDP is total output when it accelerates. Air travel, being income elastic, usually grows even faster, so we price pricing and capacity to harvest yields, not just loss. Inflation into the broad rise in prices, it pushes up our cash welfare, catering and airport charges while squeezing real wages. So hedging and disciplined fare updates matter. Unemployment checks job market slack. Low rates support discretionary chips but raises the wages and ground handling costs, while high rates flip that logic fare sensitivity rises and booking windows shorten. The mix of these three tells us when to lean into frequency and accelerate, and when to protect margin and cash. In expansion, at capacity cautiously prefer extra frequencies and smarter revenue management over irreversible fleet bets. Near the peak, defend margins, prioritize high-yield bets, and tighten upgrades. In a downturn, cash first, trim the weakest retentions, preserve slots, and hold price integrity. In recovery, bring capacity back behind demand, rebuild yields before chasing load vectors. A personal income tax rebates puts more cash in household pockets. Let's translate that into output, prices, and our playbook. Short run, the rebate shifts 80 to the right. Output rises from Y1 to Y2, and the price level nudges up from P1 to P2. For us, that means fuller cabins and better pricing power, with some cost drift from a busier economy. Long run, the economy slides back to potential on the vertical LRAS, so the demand bump fades and we are mainly left with a higher general price level. Our moves: capture the spike with dynamic pricing and flexible lift short-term leases, wet leases, or schedule tweaks, but avoid locking in big fixed costs on a temporary tailwind. Tariffs are back in the headlines even when we are not the target. They change prices and volumes and rip into cargo and corporate travel. A tariff works like a tax on foreign supply, shifting the domestic supply curve left. Market price rise, quantities fall, consumers lose surplus, government collects some revenue, and the economy is a deadweight loss. For us, that usually means softer belly cargo on affected lanes, fewer high-yield business trips tied to that trade, and some diversion to alternative corridors. Our response is to tight capacity towards routes that gain from diversion, deepen partnerships where volumes hold, and protect business yields with smart fence minimum stay, advanced purchase, and change fee structures rather than blanket discounting. People do not always choose like calculators. Small design choices in how we present options can meaningfully change take-up done transparently. This is a low-cost way to grow revenue. First, framing. The same price can feel different, save 15% today or lock today fare for 72 hours, often converts better than next dollar off. Let's A and B test that copy on seat selection bundles and Wi-Fi, and surface the mid-tier option so the good choice is salient with pressure. Second, defaults. Most customers accept the city scale when it is fair and easy to change. We can default loyalty enrollment and the basic, clearly priced green offset with a one-click opt-out on the payment page. Add an honest price lock option to tap loss aversion. People prefer avoiding a fare increase to chasing a tiny discount. The rule is simple: keep it ethical and upfront no cheap fees. That concludes my presentation. Thanks for your time.